Picture this. It's payday. You check your account, and within 30 seconds, your brain has already started the mental spending spree. That new gadget, those takeout orders, the shoes sitting in your online cart since Tuesday. Sound familiar? You're not alone. I've talked to people making six figures who still feel like they're barely keeping up. And here's the thing. It's not just about how much you make. It's about having a system for what you do the moment that paycheck hits your account. Today, I'm going to walk you through the ultimate paycheck routine that will transform those first crucial minutes after getting paid from financial chaos into your wealth-building superpower. By the end of this video, you'll have a step-by-step system that automatically saves, invests, and pays your bills while leaving you guilt-free money to spend on what you love. Let's dive in. Here's what most people don't realize. You have exactly 15 seconds after seeing that paycheck before your brain switches into terrible financial decision mode. 15 seconds. That's all it takes for most people to mentally allocate money they haven't even touched yet. Your brain starts calculating how much you can blow on random stuff, how many restaurant meals you can afford, whether you can finally splurge on that thing you've been wanting. But what if those same 15 seconds could be the difference between staying broke forever and building real wealth? The secret isn't making more money, although that helps. The secret is having a system that works regardless of your income level. Someone making $50,000 who follows a consistent routine will be in better financial shape than someone making twice that who spends every penny they earn. The foundation of any successful paycheck routine starts before you even think about spending a single dollar. You need to pay yourself first. This means the very first thing that happens when money hits your account is that a portion gets automatically moved to your future self before anything else can claim it. Not after you pay bills, not after you buy groceries, not after you reward yourself for working hard. First, here's why this is so critical. If you wait until the end of the month to save what's left over, there will never be anything left over. Unexpected expenses always pop up, and spending has this magical way of expanding to fill whatever's available in your account. By paying yourself first, you're essentially making your future financial security a non-negotiable expense, just like rent or utilities. Set up an automatic transfer that moves money to a separate savings account the day after every paycheck. Start with whatever amount feels manageable, even if it's just 5%. The goal isn't to save a massive amount right away. The goal is to build the habit. Over time, as your income grows, or you get better at managing expenses, you can gradually increase that percentage. But here's where it gets interesting. That money you just saved shouldn't sit there doing nothing. It needs to work as hard as you do to earn it. This is where investing comes in, and I'm not talking about picking individual stocks or trying to time the market. For most people, a simple broad market index fund that tracks the overall stock market is perfectly adequate for building wealth over decades. The magic happens when you automate this investing process too. Every time you get paid, a portion of that pay yourself first money goes straight into your investment account and gets automatically invested. You're not trying to get rich quick. You're building wealth slowly and steadily while you focus on living your life. Now, once your future is handled through savings and investing, you need to make sure the rest of your money doesn't disappear into the black hole of mindless spending. This doesn't mean tracking every single dollar or creating some complicated budget that you'll abandon after 2 weeks. What actually works is understanding two simple things: what your essential expenses cost and how much flexible money you have after that. Take your monthly income and subtract your true necessities. We're talking about housing, basic food, transportation, essential utilities, and healthcare. Notice I didn't include your premium streaming services, daily coffee shop visits, or that gym membership you never use. Those might feel necessary when you're enjoying them, but they're not actually required for survival. If you're spending more than 60% of your take-home pay on true necessities, you're either living somewhere too expensive for your income, or you're calling luxuries necessities because it makes you feel better about your spending choices. Be brutally honest about this distinction because your financial future depends on it. Whatever's left after covering necessities becomes your flexible money. This is where most people go wrong. They treat this money like found cash and spend it randomly throughout the month. Instead, give it clear roles. Some can go toward daily spending like coffee and entertainment. Some can go toward short-term goals like vacation savings or building an emergency buffer. Speaking of emergencies, let's talk about something most people completely ignore until it's too late: building an emergency fund. I know this sounds about as exciting as watching paint dry, but stick with me because this might be the most important part of your entire financial strategy. Life loves throwing curveballs. Your car breaks down, your laptop dies, your dog needs emergency surgery. Without an emergency fund, these situations force you to use credit cards or pause your investing plan, which completely derails your financial progress. The goal is to have 3 to 6 months of your basic living expenses saved in a boring, easily accessible account. This isn't money you're trying to grow or earn returns on. This is your financial insurance policy. Put it in a high-yield savings account that's insured by the government and forget about it unless you truly need it. When you have this buffer, you sleep differently at night. You walk into work with more confidence because you know that if something happens to your job, you won't be eating ramen and living in your car next month. Here's something that might blow your mind about emergency funds. They're not just about the money, they're about peace of mind. When you know you can handle whatever life throws at you financially, it changes how you feel about everything else. Once your emergency fund is established, you've officially graduated from financial survival mode to wealth-building mode. Now we can talk about the real magic: investing for retirement. If your employer offers any kind of retirement plan with matching contributions, this should be your absolute first priority. Think about it this way. If your boss walked up to you and offered to give you free money in exchange for putting some of your own money into a retirement account, you'd think they'd lost their mind. But that's literally what employer matching is. Beyond the employer match, aim to invest about 10% of your gross income for retirement. This might sound like a lot, especially if you're just starting out, but time is literally money when it comes to investing. Someone who starts investing $300 per month at age 25 will have around $1 million by retirement. Wait until 35 to start, and they'll only have about $400,000. That 10-year delay costs them $600,000. Most people overthink investing to the point where they never actually start. They spend months researching the perfect strategy, analyzing different options like they're trying to solve world hunger. The truth is, for most people, just getting started with a simple diversified fund is more important than finding the perfect investment. Now, let's talk about debt. Once you've got your retirement investing on autopilot and your emergency fund growing, it's time to tackle any non-mortgage debt aggressively. There are two main approaches: the avalanche method, where you pay off highest interest rate debts first, or the snowball method, where you pay off smallest debts first. I personally prefer the snowball method because personal finance is more about psychology than mathematics. If paying off your smallest debt first keeps you motivated to continue the process, then that's the right strategy, even if it costs you a few extra dollars in interest. The key is picking one method and sticking with it until all your consumer debt is gone. Here's where everything comes together, and it's the step that separates people who actually build wealth from people who just talk about it: automation. Willpower is like a muscle that gets tired throughout the day. You might wake up Monday morning feeling motivated to manage your money perfectly, but by Thursday evening when you're exhausted from work, that motivation has completely disappeared. This is why removing yourself from the process as much as possible is crucial. When your money moves automatically according to your plan, you eliminate human emotion and laziness from the equation. Your savings happen whether you're having a good day or terrible day, whether you're motivated or completely burned out. Set up automatic transfers so your savings move to separate accounts the day after payday. Set up automatic investing so your money gets put to work immediately. Set up auto pay for your bills so you're not chasing due dates. Leave only your flexible spending money in your main checking account. But here's where most people mess up automation completely. They set everything up once and then forget to adjust it when their situation changes. They get a raise but keep saving the same dollar amount. They pay off a debt but forget to redirect that payment toward investments. You need to review and update your automated system at least twice a year. If you follow this system consistently, the results compound faster than you'd expect. Your savings grow automatically, your investments are building wealth in the background, and your stress about money slowly fades. Not because you're earning more, but because you finally have a system that works. The beautiful thing about this approach is that it works whether you make $30,000 or $300,000 a year. It works whether you get paid weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. It works whether your income is steady or variable. The key is adapting the system to fit your specific situation while keeping the core principles intact. For those with irregular income, like salespeople, freelancers, or contractors, you'll need to add one extra step. Create a buffer account that smooths out the ups and downs. Save up 3 months of your basic expenses in this buffer, then use it to simulate regular paychecks even when your actual income fluctuates wildly. When unexpected money comes your way, like a tax refund or bonus, have a plan for that too. I recommend splitting it. Use some percentage for something fun you've been wanting, and put the rest straight into investments. This way, you're enjoying the windfall while also accelerating your wealth building. Remember, this isn't about depriving yourself or living on beans and rice. It's about being intentional with your money so you can spend guilt-free on the things you truly value. When you know your future is taken care of, your bills are handled, and you have protection against emergencies, that daily coffee or weekend dinner out becomes pure enjoyment instead of a source of financial stress. The paycheck routine I've outlined isn't complicated, but it's incredibly powerful because most people never follow any system at all. They treat their money like a surprise gift instead of the wealth-building tool it actually is. Start implementing these steps one at a time. Automate everything you can, and in 5 years, you'll be amazed at how simple it was, while everyone else is still wondering where their money disappeared to. Your financial success isn't determined by how much you make. It's determined by how systematically you handle what you make. The routine starts now with your very next paycheck. If you find this content helpful, please take a moment to show your support. Liking the video and subscribing to our channel are completely free actions that make a huge difference in helping us reach a wider audience and continue creating quality content for you. We genuinely appreciate your engagement.